Hello, hello, beautiful darlings. Hello, hello. I just wanted to go live very briefly and talk about the Yoni eggs. Over the last couple of days, I got different messages since we are still having this promotion with Yoni crystals. So I'm collaborating with the Yoni eggs with Yoni crystals, and currently there's a 20% sale, which is valid till tomorrow. And many of you reached out and asked like, okay, which egg and what do I have to what do I have to consider when I'm choosing that Yoni egg? And I think first of all, it's really about feeling which kind of egg is or which kind of crystal is calling you. I think this is something where you can be feeling into your body already and feeling like that feels that feels yummy in my body or not. In general, I want to talk with you like just some general practical things that that makes it easier for you to choose. So, um, I mean, let's say the beginner crystal would be like the rose quartz crystal. This is a beautiful crystal to really connect with self-love, to connect more with your feminine side, and to really create this connection between your womb and your heart space. It's very beautiful. It's very gentle. I believe for most of the clients who work with me privately or in group coachings, this might be a little bit too gentle for you because you obviously have already a practice of self-love and self-care. So this may not be what you are looking for. Most of the times I do recommend the jade. The jade is a super powerful crystal. It is like it's a very good combination between the healing aspect, the nurturing aspect, and yet making the process and the healing and the cleansing very gentle, but very profound. But like without overwhelming you, especially when you are very new to these kind of practices and this kind of work, and you're kind of just starting with womb work and all of that. So the jade egg is certainly an egg that I absolutely recommend. The crystal is super powerful. It used to be used by the empresses and concubines or courtesans in the ancient Chinese Empress empire. So it's a very powerful tool. Obviously, it also comes from that region. So the jade egg is really, what I recommend to a lot of my clients, and it's super powerful. Um, Me personally, I don't recommend too much the obsidian. I know in the spiritual space, a lot of people say like this, the obsidian crystal is extremely powerful, and it is extremely powerful. It is also, I think, it is like a volcano. It's a very strong crystal. It's a volcano that really brings everything up to the surface. And if you're going to use an obsidian, I personally feel you should be also working with a practitioner like myself, or any other womb specialist. Just because if you're new to these kind of practices, and if you're new in general to this feminine womb work, we saw a lot of emotions in the womb space. And if this is something that you are kind of just going into, even though you may have done a lot of healing work already, but particularly what we store in the womb as women, it's very profound, very deep. So the obsidian can really bring up a lot of emotions, and a lot of unstored, like suppressed and really hidden emotions and traumas. And if you're not really prepared for it, it can be extremely overwhelming. And you also make it much harder for yourself than it needs to be, right? Because the process really, I mean, yes, it is a process. It is a process that is changing you. It is a healing journey already. But like you can also choose it in a rather nurturing way and in a way that feels sustainable for yourself and for your body and for your emotions. And you can also ease yourself into that, right? And you can learn these practices and the management of the emotion that is coming up really step by step. So that's my personal take on obsidian. I mean, obviously, feel into it. If you feel your body is calling that, then obviously, this is obviously more important than what I'm saying. But really listen to your body on that one. Um, there are also no, okay, one more thing with obsidian, or in general, if you are aware of the fact that there has been sexual abuse, then I would really recommend that you work with somebody around that when you start the Yoni Egg practices. Just because, like as I said, the practices are that work on so many levels, right? We have the practice, we have the energetic imprint of the crystal. We go into the physical practices with all the physical pelvic floor movement. So the muscles in the yoni and in the pelvic floor will be already changed and worked. So the emotions will be released, and obviously the emotional level, right? So like, I mean, you will feel into it, but I kind of would recommend that yeah, if you know that there has been sexual abuse, that you also seek out help to make the process as smooth and as gentle as possible for you. um, on my website, I also have a couple of more really beautiful crystals that I really like, and I want to yeah, I want to mention them to you. I work with a lot of women who actually are quite in the masculine energy, who work either in the corporate environment or no, I mean, most of the women I work with are actually coming from the corporate environment. They still are in these kind of jobs. So, obviously there's a lot of masculinity in their life, and that's all good, right? And obviously, uh, they want to increase, to amplify, and bring up the feminine energy, to work with it even more, and to to kind of come back into harmony and kind of allow it to come to this beautiful union within. So if this sounds like you, then I would really recommend you the kind love crystal. It's a very beautiful crystal. It's stronger than the crystal than rose quartz, and at the same time it is really nice because it is really about the yin and yang energies, and yeah, it's very beautiful and very very profound energy as well, to increase the self-love and everything. So yeah, I would absolutely recommend that if your aim is to balance more the masculine and the feminine polarities within. And then there are also the quartz crystals. They're really beautiful. There's a moon quartz, there's a clear quartz. You can look into them. I mean, all of them are described in much more detail on the website, right? And obviously, you can always also reach out to me and ask me if you feel like, okay, I'm not really sure which one. Then obviously we can match it energetically, and we can see what's the right match for you. So the quartzes, they're also very beautiful. They're obviously extremely nice to play with, to open up also more creative energies. The moon quartz, obviously, to work with the moon energies. I think it's very, very beautiful. I'm actually getting a wand, the moon wand. I think it's not available on my website, but I think I can get it via the backend store. So yeah, this is very beautiful. So look at them up. And again, like if there are questions, if you're unsure, just reach out to me directly, and I'm happy to yeah, match you up with the right Yoni egg for you. And in general, also about the sizes, there are two more things that you need to know to make the kind of purchasing decision for you. So one is obviously the sizes. So they come in M, L, and S, and it is the other way around. I hear it many times that women say, I'm quite slim, I'm quite tight, so I go for the S. It actually works the other way around. If you work, like if you do a lot of Pilates, for example, and if you do a lot of exercises for your pelvic floor, then yes. But I mean, obviously, these tools, they are not only there, like, I mean, the energetic aspect is one part, but there are also tools to do physical exercises with, right? So you will insert them into your vagina, and you do muscle exercises with them, and you will work with your pelvic floor muscles. So, and the beautiful effect of that is also like on one part, you obviously strengthen your PC muscles, and on the other part, also the inside of the vagina, which is obviously a muscle, you also increase the sensitivity because it is yeah, it's, you know, like you self-massaging the inside, and this is very beautiful, and it increases your sensitivity and during penetration, and yeah, so that's why, you know, so that's why you want to go for a bigger egg when you are starting with these kind of practices, because then, you know, like obviously you, when you do the exercises, you can feel the the egg, right? Because if you go for an S, it's very small, and if you're not used, you will actually need to work harder for it. So most of the ladies go for an M size, so you feel into it. If you rather feel it should be an M or an L. And yeah, if you already do a lot of Pilates, for example, and you work your pelvic floor muscles a lot, then obviously go for an S. And another thing to think about, they come in drilled and undrilled. Yeah, it's basically, to be honest, it's just the topic of your own sense of security. Uh, like some women really prefer that there's the hole, because then you can put like a little band inside and it's easier to take it out. It's really up to you. It's not needed. You will get it out for sure. It cannot go anywhere. I can tell you, I can promise you, it will come out for sure. It's easier than you think. It also cannot go anywhere. And yeah, it's absolutely safe. But it's really more something in your own, yeah, for you, for your sense of safety. If you feel like, I feel actually much safer with that it's drilled and I can put like a little, yeah, little bandage inside, then, you know, okay, go for it. But, you know, also take into consideration, it is a crystal, it then has a hole in it, right? And it is a room for bacteria, and you're also going to put it into your vagina. So there is a little bit of a risk of, you know, that the bacteria can be inside, but you know, again, it's totally up to you. And yeah, I already shared, there is, you know, the benefits of them are really multi layers. It is really the spiritual level of clearing and cleansing the energies. It is the physical level. It really supports with sensitivity. It helps with, you know, obviously strengthening the muscles. It helps, you know, when we're getting older, it helps with the incontinence. I think it's the right word also in English, right? The urine tract. It helps with so many beautiful things on the body level. On mental level or emotional level, obviously, it is meant to support you on your journey towards more femininity, towards your womb, and really creating this beautiful connection to your own womb space. You can meditate with it, you do the exercises with it, you can do even yin yoga with it. It is really about strengthening and recreating this relationship between you and your womb, and yeah, reclaiming your your femininity. It supports, like, the benefits. It really supports with PMS. If you have PMS, it supports with, like, if you had trauma, the crystal really supports you to clear the trauma in the womb. There are so many benefits of it. It obviously also helps, when you have been giving birth, or you will be giving birth at some point. Having having strong PC muscles is also super important. Yeah, so you see they work on many levels. I really highly recommend them. I think they are a beautiful tool. And I mean, just choose. And again, like, if you feel you need support and you don't know exactly which Yoni egg would be the right fit for you, just reach out to me, and I'm happy to support you to match you up with the right one. And my biggest sadness when it comes to Yoni eggs is women are getting so fascinated by that, right? Because obviously they look extremely pretty, they're super nice. They are much nicer than the regular cable toys or something, right? My biggest sadness is that women buy them and then they don't know what to do with them. Hence why on Saturday I'm actually hosting a workshop. It's a combination. I will also record a series of smaller exercises. So this Saturday I'm actually doing it live. And then I will also include some more pre-recorded exercises. It's the only time that I'm doing it live. And after that, it will be like a course that you can just, work on yourself and explore for yourself. But I really wanted to create like a couple of practices and provide you with a couple of practices from the different angles, right? The practices of meditation, like how to meditate with it, how to set intentions with it, how to manifest with it, but also the practical practices like yoni yoga and a morning routine with the yoni egg. So it's super powerful, it's super fun. Again, I highly recommend it. We do it on Saturday. It's 90 minutes this Saturday. If you cannot make it live, or if it's like, because it will be 4 p.m. Central European time. So I know for some of my ladies in the US, so wherever you are, I think for Eastern Standard Time, it's 10 a.m. But I know I have also some clients in Hawaii, so I know it's in the middle of the night for you. But obviously, even though you cannot make it live, the recording is available. And I will also add next week other pre-recorded exercises, so that you kind of have like a little set of selection on how to use it. Because again, it's my biggest sadness, because I know women are so fascinated by the yoni eggs, but then they are really becoming like an accessory on their bedside table. And I really want to save yourself and the yoni eggs from that destiny, because they are too powerful to be an accessory on your bedside table. That's it. That's all I wanted to share with you. I created also a small ebook where I describe the benefits, where I also talk a little bit more about the history of the yoni eggs. I describe already some practices there. It's a beautiful, easy read. It's super easy, super affordable. I kind of wanted something, kind of I have never heard of yoni eggs. I'm really fascinated. I don't know where to start. This is really in the ebook, and in the course is the practical parts of it, so that you don't only read it, but you hear my voice. I guide you through these exercises, through the meditations, because again, I really want that you use them, and that you actually can experience all these gorgeous benefits that yoni eggs actually provide. They are way more than just pretty crystals, but they are also very pretty. And I'm collaborating with Yoni Crystals on that. When I was looking, I think we started this collaboration already uh, prior COVID. so when I was looking for a collaboration partner on this one, I was also really focused on some things, because I know on Amazon, on Etsy, you can just get them for, I don't know, 10 or maybe 20 euros or something. And I already heard from from other women and other clients, they were plastic, they were not real crystals. Some, like one client really got a used one. It was horrible. So that's why I was really looking for a collaboration partner where I personally feel, okay, I'm feeling good that I can recommend it. I know they are real crystals. I know that also they also they make sure that everybody who is, involved in the chain, like, the people the farmers, like many of these crystals obviously come from countries like Madagascar, or I mean, you can read it where they're all coming from. So they also made sure, that the workers are being paid fairly and everything. So yeah, so that's why I chose that partner. I'm very happy with them. They will ship it to you directly. You just book it via my website, and they take care of everything. And yeah, so till July 20th, which is tomorrow when I'm recording this, they still have a 20% sale, which is very, very rare. They normally only do once a year a sale. So it is quite quite an exception that they're doing it this summer. So if you have been thinking about it, I highly recommend you doing it, and join me also on Saturday. I'm making it a celebration this week. The ebook is super affordable. The course, I made it for 55 euros only. It will go up on Saturday, but I really wanted to make it fun. I really wanted to take away all your excuses why you cannot do it. So I hope that was helpful. If you have more questions, or if you are unsure which egg you would like to choose, then feel free to drop me a message, and I'm happy to match you up with the right Yoni crystal for you. And yeah, with this, happy, which day is it? Wednesday? Oh my God, I'm so bad with days. Happy day, afternoon, night, wherever you are in the world. Maybe it's morning for you. So let's get some juiciness inside, and I talk to you very soon. Thank you. Thank you.